Hey, you guys. I am Zenzale. Welcome to my channel, Zen Aesthetic. If this is your first time clicking on my video, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you're here to stay. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for returning to my channel. I hope that you will enjoy this video. I am going to talk really quickly about the latest release from the Seven Virtues. This is Buttercream Haze. And this is a fragrance that has been highly anticipated, especially by gourmand loving people like me. However, I do realize that, like Queen's Caramel and Snif Hotcakes and Imaginary Authors, Whiff of Waffle Cone, which are fragrances that I will be referencing in this video, the Buttercream Haze is entering into a well worn club of fragrances with this particular scent profile with the maple, the caramel, the buttercream, the vanilla, obviously. So, if you want to hear more about my feelings and opinions and somewhat first impressions of the Seven Virtues latest Buttercream Haze fragrance and its comparison to other fragrances within this kind of fragrance profile, keep watching. I've had this fragrance literally for one day. I just got it yesterday. I do need to mention that I don't think that this is necessarily different enough that if you have any of these other fragrances, you necessarily need this one. And that is my honest opinion. Has nothing to do with the fragrance itself, which I do like. However, I do have some other things to say about what I have discovered in such a short time of having this fragrance about the longevity and the way that it wears on my skin. So I had a little bit of trouble finding the notes of the Seven Virtues Buttercream Haze fragrance on Fragrantica. But AI has a breakdown of the notes, and the top notes are buttercream icing, rum essence, and lemon zest. The middle notes are maple cream, fluffy pancake accord, toasted caramel swirl, cashmere musk, and tonka bean. And the base notes are creamy sandalwood and cashmere musk. So I'm actually really glad to have found this breakdown of notes because it mentions a note at the top, which I don't see in the Seven Virtues website description of this fragrance, and that is the lemon zest. This is one of the things that I love most about the opening from this fragrance. Whiff of Waffle Cone doesn't have lemon zest. Snif Hotcakes doesn't have lemon zest. Obviously, that's more of a very literal, fluffy pancake accord kind of fragrance. And Queen's Caramel does not have lemon zest in it. So this is the one note in Buttercream Haze that really keeps it from feeling like redundant, in my opinion. Is it enough? That's absolutely up to you. I love the lemon zest opening of this fragrance. I wish it lasted a little longer. I think for me, especially at this point, since I've only had it a day or so, like I said, the dry down is fuzzier, hazier than the other three fragrances. Wonderful atomizer on this travel size, by the way. This is the second fragrance that I've ever purchased from Seven Virtues. The first one was Clementine Dream. Absolutely love that fragrance so much. Ooh, oh my God, this is so good. It's so good in the air. Oh, let me just tell you, I am not a Burberry Devotion fan. Is it Burberry? No. Who does Devotion? You know what I'm talking about. Um, and that's like a very popular lemon gourmand fragrance. This, this along with Lemon Puff by Net, which I happen to love, is one of my favorite lemony gourmand moments in a fragrance. Again, oh my God, I think this is really what makes this kind of stand out from the other maple butter musk fragrances here that I believe were released this year as well, except for a whiff of waffle cone. It's a no-brainer as to how I feel about this fragrance. I love it. I knew that I would love it. However, in the day or so that I've had it, I have sprayed it down on myself. I'm gonna spray it again. It's so freaking good. This is really not the beef that I have with this fragrance so far. It's really the longevity. Now, if you've been watching my channel long enough, you know that I don't need a fragrance to last a crazy amount of time. If I get 3, 4 hours, I'm good. I love reapplying fragrances throughout the day. I love the whole act and ritual of spraying, of layering over my fragrances after it dries down and I can't smell it as strongly anymore. But this disappears really quickly to me, less than an hour, I'm afraid to say, on my skin. On my skin. It might be different for others. And I love that for others if it lasts longer. Again, I've only had this a day or so, so we're still in the realm of first impressions about Buttercream Haze, but that is what I'm finding so far. That is my real contention with this fragrance. Not the smell of it, not whether or not it's redundant and not distinct enough, but that longevity. This is too good not to last more than like 20 minutes. And I mean, it disappears. The paper that I sprayed this on yesterday when I recorded my first impression, I don't pick up a trace of it on the paper today. And that's more disappointing for me than any of the notes that are overlapping and in common with other fragrances that we've gotten with this similar fragrance profile. Like even on my skin right now, and you saw how I sprayed it. I could spray more than that, but I feel like I shouldn't have to go in that hard. Like I said, I will definitely report back. This is definitely going to go on one of my fall winter fragrance trays. That is if I don't finish it up in the next week or so. And even if I do, I will report back on my final thoughts about this, just in terms of the longevity of it. In terms of whether I like it or not, and whether I think it's a fragrance that's worth putting your nose on, I absolutely do. I think this is fabulous. I knew that it would be. And I definitely, like I said, recommend going into a Sephora, smelling it for yourself. I think the reason why I didn't pick up Queen's Caramel by Ellis Brooklyn was because I felt like, oh, this is nice. This is what I thought it would be. But that was the one for me that I was just like, I don't need another fragrance like this. Seven Virtues, bringing in that zesty lemon and composing these notes in a way that really gives it that hazy kind of feeling. It's a little bit like, and not at all identical to the way they did Clementine Dream, which to me is not even hazy. It's soft, it's a cloud. It is so good. Ooh, let me not forget one of the most important things that I'm forgetting. These fragrances by Nest Perfume are created intentionally to bring about a specific feeling in the wearer. And they have like three things that they will list that it is designed for. So let me read you the three things that Buttercream Haze was designed to evoke in the wearer, the feels of it. So it says it's best for sparkling sweet joy, soothing the soul, and melting stress. Any of us does not need a fragrance that will do that. And I have to say, at least in the opening for at least a good 10 minutes or so, it does just that for me. Oh my goodness. That's the other thing about it that I'm just sort of like, oh my God, it feels so good to smell this, but it doesn't last long enough. And Clementine Dream, girl, that like it lasts. And I feel like I just want this to last as long as that. On my skin, again, maybe it's because it does have such a gauzy, hazy dry down that maybe it feels like it's not there anymore, and it is. I don't know. Like I said, I will report back on my more intentional outside in the wild wear of this fragrance, Buttercream Haze by Seven Virtues. But as far as whether I like it or not, I love this fragrance. I think it's amazing. If you are curious about picking this up, I would definitely go into the store, smell it first. If you love Snif Hotcakes, Whiff of Waffle Cone, Queen's Caramel, you're going to love this fragrance, hands down. If you love any of those fragrances, you're gonna love this because basically, I'm not saying they're the same fragrance, but they're in the family. They are siblings. They are siblings, maybe different mamas. But you know what I mean. There's no way that if you like one or two of them that you're not going to like this. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know as always in the comment section down below if you were planning on picking up the Seven Virtues Buttercream Haze. This is their latest fragrance. I purchased this um during the Sephora early access app situation like last week or something. This, I think, travel size retails for like 30 something maybe. Full size is also relatively inexpensive. I feel like Seven Virtues full bottles are like a little over $100, like a little over $100. So, yeah, let me know if you are thinking about picking this up, if you've already picked it up, what your thoughts are. I would love to hear from you as always. And as always, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy content like this. Don't forget to click on the thumbs up button down below. Really helps to support my channel and express to YouTube how you feel about my content. I hope that you enjoyed this video as always, and I can't wait to see you in my next one soon. Bye.